Well, hello, welcome back to Factotum Life. I am back out in the garage today with our 2011 Grand Caravan and got a little bit of an update on a video I did back in March where we had dropped the front transmission pan on our 62 TE transmission, and I cleaned the contactors on the contactor board. P083B code that was becoming far more prevalent than it was intermittent. And so at that time, I went ahead, I just only dropped the front pan, cleaned up the contactors, put it back together, and we had really good success with the operation of the van that entire time. Since that time, we have logged about 21,000 miles, and just randomly backing out of the garage one morning when it was very cold, of course, the van went into limp mode. I checked the codes. It had a pending P083B code. So that brings us to today. I am due for transmission service. It has been 32,000 miles since I've dropped the bottom pan and replaced the filter. I like to do these services more often with the higher mileage transmissions. So I'm going to go ahead and plan on doing that today. But on top of the transmission service, I am going to drop the front pan again. Take a look at the contactors to see if they're dirty again or cruddy. But I am also, between the time that I did the initial repair back in March to now, I was made aware of a Sonnax solenoid repair kit that has new springs, it has new rubber cups, and most importantly, it has this solenoid spacer right here that keeps the contactor plate from flexing. And apparently, as these vehicles age, that contactor top plate, not the metal, but the plastic, ends up flexing and causes random intermittent electrical issues. So I'm going to go ahead, we're going to replace this, and then it has all the, has the cups, it has the square cut seals, it has basically everything to rebuild the solenoid pack. Doesn't have any solenoids, but it has the seal, and then of course it has the bottom seal plate. For today, I'm not planning on actually removing the solenoid pack, so we're not going to use this bottom solenoid plate. I'm just going to keep that for maybe a future date, but I'm going to remove the solenoids themselves. Now, last time when I did this repair back in March, I didn't remove the solenoids because I didn't have new seals. But now that I have new O-rings for that, I'm going to go ahead and pull them out. I'm curious, take a look, see if the O-rings that are on it are rough or hard, or how dirty it is behind it. And then of course the contactor springs are new here. I'm going to go ahead and replace those, and then I'll clean up the contactor board a second time, and then we'll put this spacer in, put it all back together along with the new filter and new fluid, and hopefully we will be okay. What I'm going to do here is we are going to disconnect these switches. We are going to
that. Pop that out. Disconnect that. All right, and then we've got one up above here. All right, we've got one more bolt to take out. And that is right here. And we can hopefully take this down very lightly. And got stuff starting to want to come out. Come on. There we go. All right. Got a little bit of stuff right here, although well, maybe not bad. I don't know. Take a closer look. All right. So this should now pop out without too much heartache. Let's see if we can do that. Somewhere I dropped one of these bushings. I heard it. I think it's on top of the transmission, so I need to find it. All right, so I'm gonna mark these. I don't know, we're gonna see how easy this comes out. This is the catch-22. It's kind of challenging to pull this out in the car, but well, that wasn't too bad. We have pretty nice directions here. These are also online, so you can read about it before you get involved to decide if you really want to get involved in a project like this. I don't know if it's necessarily worth it at this point. I bought this kit off of Rock Auto for $53 plus shipping. You know, you can buy a reman assembly. Now, little O-ring. All right, so got the brown O-ring. Okay. Okay. Okay, so what I just did was I took a photo and the screen looks pretty good underneath. It's not like there's chunks or really anything plugging it. So I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, swap this out. All right, I found my missing piece. So that's lovely. Lovely. All right, I'm not bringing the camera along, but there is a distinct snap. When I push these back in, it seats in, and then you give it a good push, and then it snaps right back in. They're coming out a lot easier. They're kind of almost falling out. So I'm happy that I think this was a good decision to replace these O-rings. And, you know, as I mentioned, this may not be really worth the effort, although this block assembly is to prevent flex of the electrical. I don't know if a reman unit would actually come with that, so this may be a nice upgrade over, you know, a part that you can buy off the shelf. This last one was at a skew, so I marked it here. Probably end up doing a better mark at the top. All right, here. I'm lining up my line to make sure we get the correct skew, and then just give it a firm push. Holy crap. There we go. All right, so they are all in now, and there's a little give here or there. All right, now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put the switch cover on to verify that it lines up the way it needs to. Does it all line up? I think it does. Maybe not. Okay, let's do this here. Like that. I don't think that's lining up. Okay, so we're going to pull that out. Oh, there we go. I think we're there. We are in. I think. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is all these solenoids are in their spots. They're seated correctly because each one snapped. I took a photo just to verify that it was all looking good here. It's kind of filthy, a little dirtier than I would like. So we're going to pull this out. All right, so this kit now comes with this, we got a couple seals here we got to pop in. Now, what I'm just going to do here quick is I'm going to clean these again. All right, I'm cleaning up the factory cups here, or the factory outer steel cover. Go like that, get a new rag. Okay, we got brand new springs here. That are definitely a little bit longer. Got 3, 4, 5. That's good. Okay, this seal, that is going to go back. The reason I didn't do that, that's the line pressure solenoid, and there's some clips that go in there to hold it in, and I need to get on the back side. So essentially, to get that solenoid out, you have to take the whole assembly out. So I'm not doing that. Calling for the lip to be towards the outer cover. Got a little bit of trash I'm going after here with a little bit of transmission assembly lube, but I see it looks like it's pretty clean here. We'll get this switched together, and then I'm going to go in and we'll clean up the surface. All right, now I'm going to get our metal plate, and we're going to, I'm going to go clean that up quick with alcohol, get it all nice and clean, and then we'll get it in here and bolt it in. But before I bolt that in, I got to get our 5 spacers in. All right, and then I just realized I screwed up. got ahead of myself. I forgot the main component to this project here. This is not. I believe this spacer goes something like, let me check here. Right here. There we go. All right, so the spacer's in right there. That plastic, it's kind of sitting right in the middle. That's what we added, which is supposed to prevent flex. All right. Okay, now we are going to go back together with the switch here. Okay.
Okay, so the next day is here, and unfortunately the battery died on my camera about part of the way through the reassembly process. Wasn't really too exciting, just gluing the pans back on and putting fluid in. I did take it for a brief test drive around the block, and everything really worked well. So today what I'm going to do is just take this on an extended test drive of maybe 20-40 miles. I'm going to run through the car wash, get the bottom end cleaned up here.
We don't have any leaks, so that's a positive sign. 242,061 miles, and we're just going to go on our little test drive here. All right, so far so good. Cold morning shifts seem nice. So the one thing that I need to do with this extended test drive is I want the transmission fluid nice and hot. So it's usually another point, like if there's some gross leaks, or they're going to become more apparent when the transmission fluid is hot. So that's what we're going to do today.
right, I'm at 242, 119. I'm still not quite home yet, but my extended test drive was probably 80% highway, a little bit of in-town stop and go. Transmission has worked flawlessly right now, so I'm very happy with the results. I definitely think it shifts better than it did before. So very positive on the seals going into the solenoids. So yeah, time will tell now. Obviously, the original repair lasted, you know, back in March when I did this cleaning, you know, I had zero problems for 21,000 miles. So time will tell, you know, if this holds, and you know, I don't have any further. I don't know. Overall, pretty happy. So if you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel. And that is it.